Hello everyone, welcome again to the Xity YouTube channel. If you are new here, we at Xity are building a small micro-tech city in Liberia, and the city is called Xity. And yes, I am the founder, and we usually do a lot of these type of content videos to show the progress, to show the challenges that we are going through in that process. We also have an engineering company set up. It's called Xity Engineering Solutions, where we provide some solar power at our headquarters. So if you are new to this channel, here is our headquarters location. That is the building. And this is the industrial solar grid, microgrid system that we built in the yard. For those of you who are not new here, you know this was nothing like this a few months ago. And we've been working hard here. We've managed to achieve the building to that state of completion. It's not entirely finished yet, but we're doing some minor work up there, like with respect to tiling the floor and doing some of the bathroom work there. But yeah, most of the floors are ready now for occupancy and operations. And this smaller building here, or this entire setup that you see here, is our solar microgrid. And this microgrid basically allows us to power this entire compound with industrial solar power. And under this solar canopy, we have two rooms. The first blue door is basically our battery control room. The second glass door there is our receptionist office. We are setting that up as our first office, all right? This is going to be the entrance to our business. So we're setting it up, and I just want to walk in there and show you where we are. I'm doing this video because it's been quite a long time that I haven't been able to do a video, and we'll talk about some of the reasons why that is the case. We've been really super busy working, but today I will talk to you a little bit, give you some updates on Xity and on of the activities that we are engaged in here in Liberia. So this is the receptionist office. You can see these cocktail tables and the chairs actually were made for our launching event, and we don't have a place to store them yet, or the easiest place to store them is right in here. So they are not going to be in here as a receptionist office. These will not be here. Instead, what you have in here will be these office chairs, and these sit-stand desks, height adjustable. So basically, you can just do this, and you can raise the height or lower the height of the table if you want to stand and work. For those of us from the tech world, you will be very familiar with these kind of desks. So they help you basically retain a good health practice by being able to stand up at work instead of just sitting behind a computer for 8 or more hours. So these are the desks that I got for all of the workers that are going to be located in this place. This is just one of it. We have about 40 pieces of these desks, and they are basically being assembled right now in that big building that I showed you earlier. But this is our receptionist office, guys. It's not much yet, and you can see that we just had a meeting here this morning with external clients of Xity Engineering Solutions, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But this morning we had a meeting. It's a Saturday, and we had a meeting here. We're working hard, but we are also trying to create a nice, clean, and conducive working environment for our employees here at Xity Engineering Solutions. So the first office we are making functional is our receptionist office, the gateway. I'm using this office right now. As you can see, that's my laptop, and I use it to work right now. But this is going to be where we'll have multiple of these desks and these chairs for our receptionists, and guests can come in here and do business here. It has sufficient window for natural light to come in. The door is a glass door. It's tinted, so when you're inside, like you can see outside, but when someone is outside, they cannot easily see inside. So it's translucent from the outside. And there's the ceiling, enough lighting. In here, you all know behind these windows is our control room for the power that we are generating here. So yeah, you have a small mini fridge, and then you have this. This thing is going to get out of here. But before we brought that box in, like I was using this just to cool some water down a little bit. Yeah, we have the AC on the wall. It's cool in here. It's really nice. And this is a brand new refrigerator. Well, I bought this like maybe 4 years ago. It's been in a storage. So we just opened it up and started using it. So it's really nice. You can take some stuff in there. So it's the first day of use for this, and it's cooling well. But I'm going to sit here today now and have us just talk about what I have been up to and what I will be doing going forward. I think I should lower this desk a little bit. Give me a second here just to be able to adjust this thing. I will just talk a little bit about the thing that I'm doing here. So if you followed us the last time we did the launch event for this solar microgrid here, and since then, or even before then, you've really not seen my face on camera. You've seen some updates on the work we've been doing, but I've been super busy, so you haven't seen my face on camera. And even after the launch, it appears from the outside, it appears to be really quiet. We haven't been posting videos lately. And that's just because the work is crazy. And I did promise myself that after the launch of this solar microgrid, I was going to take a week off to just rest and relax. I haven't managed to achieve that yet. I did force things and got, I want to say a weekend, but I think frankly it wasn't a full weekend that I got off. So I think I got a day off in the weekend. So I was able to do that, and it was really, really refreshing. It was, I needed it. I really did need it. So I enjoyed that. I took that day off. Went out of town, went to Batawi waterfall area, spent the night, and came back the next day. So between when I arrived there late evening versus when I came back, so that's a 24-hour. And then I came back and got right into work. So that's the one day that I'm counting. But yes, it was refreshing and relaxing. So now, let's talk about what we are up to, give you a couple of updates, and why you haven't been able to see me much. So we set up Xity work. We finished the headquarters, and the next step from the headquarters finishing, the plan was to begin the residential construction in Xity. And we shipped cement and other things that we needed to commence the work there immediately. We are battling against the rain in this particular area. So the way the rain season started is very funny. At the headquarters here where I'm seated right now, there's a lot of rain here, and when it rains here, it pours heavily. And then when you just drive like 30 minutes away from this area, it's sunny, it's shiny, like it's dry. So these type of events, like weather patterns here in Liberia, is very funny. So it's the same thing that is happening now. And at Xity's site, it started raining really heavily. Like almost every day I get a call from there that it's raining, and when I go, it's raining. So that has caused a little bit of delay of when we can commence work. But when I say commence work, I mean like building a building up. But work is going on there. We are making the hollow concrete blocks and the solid concrete blocks will be used for foundation and some of the walls. And so that work is going on in Xity. But what has been delayed in terms of the work going on in Xity is the construction of the homes themselves, right? They're bringing the thing alive. So that part is a little bit delayed, but we are pushing things. The weather here is really bad. When it rains, it pours heavily, and especially in Xity location. It just seems like the two areas where we are doing work, like in between it will be dry, but then at those two areas is raining there heavily. So that's what's been happening, right? And that's a funny weather pattern here. So we are doing the work. The work is going on in Xity, making the blocks so that we can commence the building there. Before we start the building, we are going to go there and do the layout, partition the site, and then people will start selecting their spots. Those are clients and ex-citizens who have already paid for their spots. So that is the plan there. That work is going on. Now, between that and the other work here, so once we launched the solar microgrid, it became apparent that it generated a lot of real important interests, both from the government and from non-governmental entities in Liberia, institutions, and even residential homeowners who are looking for solar solution. And some people have had, and businesses, like they've had like some bad experiences. Some of them have had bad experiences, so they are really calling on us to do assessment and to do installations. So we've been super busy with that. And because we want to make sure we give them the best quality, I don't just send my teams out to do this assessment. I go with them myself. So that takes away a lot of time from any other thing that I need to be doing. So those are some of the things that really keep me busy here. The other thing I want to say is that, you know, Xity, the one thing that when someone, you know, a lot of the clients of Xity, a lot of people who have purchased their land in Xity actually live abroad. Some of them haven't even gone to Xity in person. Some of them have bought their land and then they come to visit Liberia and then they visit Xity. Some of them have sent relatives to check out the site to make sure that, oh, actually this place called Xity exists and it is existing for the purpose of building a city before they can buy land. So they do all of these background checks, or maybe after they make payment, they go and visit, or some people go and visit and then they pay after they visit and seeing the sites. So those are the types of patterns that I see with regards to clients' behavior about Xity. Now, I am super confident about the beauty of Xity, that anyone who goes and sees Xity, they will know instantly that they have a great deal here in terms of like having a place to buy for the amount we charge and also having a place to build your home, right? That is well organized, well laid out, and relaxing. So I'm super like confident. I don't have any doubt about the beauty and the attraction, the amenities that Xity has to offer. I'm just talking about even the natural amenities, right, that Xity has to offer. Those things are there, like the river is there. You can go down, walk from your residential zone down to the river, go fishing, go get on a river by boat. If you're a bigger boat, you go down the river, go to the ocean just from Xity and come back and chill, and all of that is there, is happening. So I love it. I love the landscape. Everything is beautiful. It's just soothing and relaxing, right? So then when you add on top of that the future plans we have to lay out your city, you don't have to worry about noise pollution coming from, you know, your neighbor who doesn't respect like building codes and zoning laws, who's going to constrict the alleyway leading to your home with whatever other side project he wants to do on the island. Like if you add all of that on top of it, it makes Xity a compelling case for people who are seeking a nice place to build their home. So that part I'm not worried about. And the point that I'm going to bring up here is the point that I have, like I'm on the fence on it. I say, if I were a client going to Xity and I don't know anything about the broader Liberia road conditions, like maybe this is where I will be a little bit like hesitant and say, hey, is this good for me? And that is the road from the main RIA highway to Xity itself. That road is an old government road. It doesn't just stop at Xity. It wraps around and goes to the airport. It goes to Charlesville for people who know the geography and area. So Xity is so ideally located. If that road is smooth and paved, like that's another whole bypass loop from the airport to Monrovia. You don't have to use necessarily the main RIA highway. You can loop around and go towards Charlesville and then come to Xity. And then if you want to pass by Xity, you pass and go down again and connect to the RIA highway and go to Monrovia. So that makes it again another compelling reason why you would love to live in Xity. But the present state of the road is where that is the only thing that I've constantly been a little bit like, I wouldn't say uneasy, but I will have at the back of my mind when I'm carrying someone and say, this is the only thing they might raise to me and say, this is the only like con of like owning a home in Xity. But you see, the good, I don't want to say it's good because it is a problem. The road should not be like a little bit of a challenge. And I'll tell you the challenge with Xity Road. But the thing about that is that, and I'll just say the thing about it, I will not say good or bad thing about it. The thing about that is that road conditions is a broader challenge for Liberia. Okay, I'm not even going to go extend to West Africa and Africa and maybe other parts of the world. It's a challenge in Liberia. So it's not unique to Xity, right? So in fact, when I tell people about the road conditions, I warn them in advance sometimes when I'm taking them there. They say, but Sana, you don't need to tell me about road. Like we know the road condition in Liberia. That is not your making. That is not something we expect Xity to magically just fix, right? Like you don't have to fix that like magically. We don't expect you to do that. In fact, we as a community, future residents of Xity, will collectively fix that road because that is where we live. If the government doesn't fix it, we'll collectively fix it. So that is the only thing at the back of my mind constantly, and say, I need to have this fixed. And if you've been following the channel, I've done some, like Xity has done some interventions, spent a good amount of money to do some repair works. But now the road has gotten some heavy use by people who are building their homes in the vicinity of Xity, who are transporting building materials in these large dump trucks. Now, this has worsened my state of, like, I don't want to say anxiety about it, but let's say my state of uneasiness about the road condition. And I've been seeking way for us to solve this thing once and for all. I've tried, those very people who are worsening the road with the big trucks that are taking building materials to them, I've tried to reach out to all of them along that road for us to contribute to fixing the road. It hasn't succeeded. I showed her it, the first repair intervention that I did, I showed her it entirely. No one has helped. So what I've been doing now is to really engage with the government to help me, to help all of us, people living in the vicinity of Xity and future ex-citizens, for the government to help intervene and fix the road. And this process, like if you live in Liberia and know what it means to like work out these things, to go from this office to that office, to write letters, to get those type of help, you know how difficult and tedious it can be and how disrupting to your schedule it can be, because you will call someone or write a letter and someone says, let's meet Friday. And you'll say, what time? They're like, just come to my office in the morning. And then you'll go there, you will end up leaving by 5 p.m. If you are there for something that is that important to you, it means your entire day is gone. And sometimes you'll be leaving by 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. without having yet met that person that you went to see. That's how it can be here in Liberia. So that process, if you put that in the context of every other thing that I have to do with Xity. Now, besides that thing, with Xity, 1 minute I'm in a suit and having business discussion with banks or other institutions or clients. The next minute, I'm in a t-shirt with a dirty jeans and dirty boots with my hands in gloves and working in the dirt. Within the same day, I can do both of those, and sometimes at different sites, either at Xity location along the RIA highway or at the XHQ, the headquarters where I'm seated now. So if you then take that whole government process and put it in the mix, it's been super hectic, not free of frustrations, not free of disappointments. So it's been tough. But I am so glad and fortunate that we've made some progress on that front. And let me say that we have assurance from the president of Liberia, whom upon hearing of this Xity thing wanted to talk about it, and when I spoke to him about it, he was very supportive of what I'm doing, very happy that a Liberian could do something like this. Sorry, that's Alexa on my laptop. Could do something like this. Actually, not Alexa, it's Siri. Could do something like this. So he's very supportive of it, and he asked me, what is your major challenge right now? And you know what I raised? The road. Can you help me fix the road? And so I had already done a lot of work in the various ministries to seek that help. So by meeting the president and talking about it, he started calling the very people that I've been chasing. And what I want to say, the good thing is that the president was able to see the vision and appreciated the effort and the investments that we've made here and the significance of what we are doing. And he told me that we will help you fix that road. So I'm that, how cool is that? That is the type of support that we need to get things going. So, and I think all ex-citizens should be super excited about it. It hasn't been done yet, but if the president of the republic gives you his word, that means a lot. So I think the work, it's a government thing, right? So it can take some time, right? The government has to align its priorities and then make its own schedule so that that work can be done. But at least it has been endorsed, and we have been promised by the president of the republic, His Excellency President Joseph N. Boakai, that road is going to be fixed. And he's already started the work on getting his people involved into getting it done. He placed a call to Public Works to have that road done. And I'm talking to the Ministry of Public Works to then actually execute it at a time that basically suits their calendar and operation schedule. So that is what is happening here now. So that achieving that for me was even much more important than beginning to build a home, one of the homes in Xity. Because once that road is done, it relieves us of a lot of pressure. Transporting building materials into Xity, the difficulties of doing that, it's been challenging. Sometimes vehicles will go, they cannot get through because they do not have a four-wheel drive system. So those vehicles will transfer the goods from their truck down on the ground, and then we'll have to hire on our own other four-wheel vehicles that may not be large to take those goods or those materials, those delivery materials, in multiple trips to Xity, which costs a lot more money. than just getting the building material store, deliver the supply, or just deliver straight from the store to Xity. But there are large vehicles do not have four-wheel drive system. So that's one of the challenges. So it makes it important and critical that, okay, we can live with that challenge and start building, but if we have the opportunity now, if I have like a window of time to work on either pursuing that and getting that approval and that endorsement from the president and that commitment from the government and led by the president, versus me going to Xity and starting to build a home, I chose the former because it is going to be much more valuable for us now and in the future to get that done. So that process of getting that like approval by the president, it's taking months, okay, to be able to see the president, to be able to discuss this in a way that like it becomes like apparent and obvious that this is indeed a worthy like engagement and partnership that we should have with the government. But I just want to say thanks to the government and thanks to the president directly for admitting me to discuss these kind of things with him, and for committing to help with this, for recognizing the significance of the work we are doing as private like investors, the social good that comes with the work that we are doing. And the thing he was emphasizing, he was like, you have made tremendous sacrifices to do this private venture that you are on, right? And we should support you. You deserve that support. And all I could say was thank you. Thank you for recognizing that. So I'm super happy, guys, that like whether it's going to happen this year or next year, but we have a clear pathway to achieving a better, clean, more durable and stable road through to Xity. And in the future, years to come, the other big idea that I have in my head, but I'm not going to lay down on the president now, but if you know the geography of that area, the people who live in Marshall, we are across the river from them. If they have to go to Arai Airport, they have to come all the way to Boystown Junction and then take a right turn before they go right there. Why wouldn't you just have a bridge built right across the river that cuts down that travel time in about half the time that it takes currently? So that way we and the folks in Marshall can now do business across a bridge instead of having canoe operators like take passengers from one side of the river bank to the other side to do business, for kids to go to school, to just do whatever they need to do on the other side. That's what's happening today. But we could build a nice bridge, and the way we are building Xity, the way we've laid out Xity, we've basically calculated that might happen in the future, and we have a way, we have the reserve road that will connect to that bridge, and so that bridge will come and go right through Xity, and Xity again will basically be that critical location that connects different parts of Margibi County. And it would again raise the value of Xity as that city that is not only the center of innovation, but it's also a hub of travel connections. So that is the context of why you haven't been seeing me. Look, in fact, the other day I was saying to myself when I was driving, I was like, I think I should just do one of these videos while I'm driving. And I basically talked myself out of that by saying, listen, let me think a little bit about that. The driving here in Liberia is crazy, so I don't want to be driving and doing a video. But here we are today. I just had a long meeting since this morning. It's just ended, and now I have a window to do this video. And right after this, I'm going to be doing some work as an action item or series of action items that came out of that meeting. So some of the things that we are also doing, in addition to all of these things, like all of these clients, whether they are institutional or residential clients that need solar power, we are really working like 24/7 to ensure that we give them the top quality service that they deserve. And that's why this office, this receptionist office, is really super critical, because this is where I'm working from now. If I'm not out there running around doing either field work or engaging with the government, this is where I'm at doing this work. The other thing again I want to say is that hiring. Many people have been asking me about hiring. We are building this thing with a lean startup mentality. We're not just going to hire a bunch of people when we don't have like critical job for them to do. Let me just say that out here. We want to hire people and give them the best working experience that they've ever had, period. Like, we want this to be the destination of people seeking great work experience, great career, and real technical growth. These are the places we want them to come to. So we are going to hire like very smartly. We're going to hire candidates that have curiosity, deep curiosity to learn new things, to try and experiment things, right? Even sometimes at our expense. That is the culture we are building here. So we are going to hire slowly. The first person we're going to hire is someone to sit in this chair that I'm in, who understands or is willing to learn the context of doing business in Liberia and delivering a service to our customers that they would never imagine getting in Liberia. Like, I want top world-class service to be delivered to customers. When customers call, how you answer the phone, how you talk to them, how you engage with them, how you basically debug any issues that they may be having, provide information in a respectful way, all of that, we are going to be doing that here. So that person will be hired shortly, and we are going to put together that job role and responsibilities and start seeking who to fill in. We hire that one person and start from there. Someone who can grow quickly, whom we see to be able to grow into leadership roles, is the type of person or persons that we are going to be hiring here. Beginning first with the person who's going to sit here and basically manage a lot of things, like in terms of paperwork and talking to clients back channel, and then when it gets to some point, and then we can start talking to those clients, myself and maybe some of the technical guys. But that is what we are up to now, and I think I'll just stop here. And I want to say again thank you to all of you who have been following this journey. I am here. If you haven't seen my face, nothing has basically stopped. We are working here and we are doing super well. And this investment into building this Liberia's first industrial solar microgrid was worth every penny, right? As expensive as it was, it's worth it. And I think we enjoy power, we enjoy like 24/7 uninterrupted. It's super nice. With the weather, we have 2 days of autonomy, so our batteries can support us for only 2 days for now. But we are already planning to, as I said in the previous video, we are already planning to basically increase the number of days that we can go without the sunshine. So yeah, I think we're really doing well here. We've extended the internet coverage from the main building to this building, so we have internet coverage here that allows me to work. Our printer here is basically, we connect to the printer by Wi-Fi. So that's the printer up here. We connect to it by Wi-Fi, everything. It works perfectly. So yeah, we shall see what the next couple of weeks bring. But that is what we are up to, and we want to say again thank you for being with us. Thank you for sticking with us. We are doing all of the things that are needed to create a wonderful and like an aspirational Xity. that will serve as the beacon and as the bastion for innovation in this country. Thank you all for listening, and thanks for being with us. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.